I thought my life was going to change after buying a supplement called Nerve Freedom. I was desperate for relief, but unfortunately it didn't solve my problem. The pain, the tingling, that burning sensation in my feet and hands, they were still there. It wasn't until a friend told me about another supplement called Alphacur that everything started to change. And today, my life is completely different. It all started with a strange tingling in my feet and hands. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe I had just slept wrong, or my shoes were too tight. But within a few weeks, that mild discomfort turned into something much worse. The tingling became burning. The numbness turned into sharp, stabbing pain. It was like my nerves were constantly on fire. Simple things became a daily struggle. Holding a glass of water felt like a challenge. Walking around the house was suddenly exhausting. I couldn't focus. I couldn't sleep. And worst of all, I started to lose parts of my independence, little by little. Every day felt like a battle. I tried over-the-counter creams, prescription meds, herbal teas, acupuncture, massages, but nothing brought lasting relief. Some things helped for a few hours, but then the pain would come roaring back, stronger than before. I was frustrated, emotionally drained, and honestly, scared. Scared that this was going to be my life now. Constant pain, limited mobility, and no clear solution in sight. That's when I came across a supplement called Nerve Freedom. The promises were everything I wanted to hear: relief from nerve pain, better circulation, support for neuropathy symptoms. The way they described it, it sounded like the perfect solution. I didn't hesitate. I ordered it right away, feeling hopeful for the first time in weeks. I followed every instruction carefully. I took it consistently, every single day, for over a month. But the truth? Nothing really changed. The burning sensations in my feet were still there. The tingling in my hands kept me up at night. The sudden electric shock feelings would still shoot through my legs without warning. I kept waiting for a breakthrough, but it never came. It was heartbreaking. I had put so much hope into this product. Not just time and money, but emotional energy. I wanted it to work so badly. But in the end, it felt like just another broken promise. Another supplement that looked good on paper, but did nothing for my reality. One afternoon, during a long phone call with a childhood friend, I finally opened up about everything I was going through. The constant pain, the sleepless nights, the money wasted on products that didn't work. I just needed someone to listen. To my surprise, she paused for a moment and said, "You know, I went through the exact same thing." She told me about the burning, the numbness, the frustration. It was like hearing my own story come from someone else's mouth. But then she said something that caught my attention. What finally helped me, and I mean really helped, was a supplement called Alphacur. She showed me the bottle right there on video chat. She talked about the ingredients, how it targeted inflammation and supported nerve repair naturally. She wasn't trying to sell me anything. She was just genuinely excited that something had worked for her after everything else had failed. And the way she spoke, I could hear the relief in her voice, the hope, the freedom she had finally found. I was skeptical, of course. After so many disappointments, who wouldn't be? But something about the way she described it felt different. And honestly, I was at my breaking point. I couldn't keep living like that. So I decided, one last try. I ordered Alphacur. I started taking Alphacur exactly the way my friend recommended. Honestly, I didn't expect much in the beginning. I was so used to disappointment that I just took it one day at a time, without creating big expectations. But something surprising happened. Within just a few days, I noticed that the nighttime burning in my feet wasn't as intense. It didn't keep me up like before. It wasn't gone yet. But it was different, lighter, more manageable. By the second week, the constant tingling that used to drive me crazy during the day started to fade, slowly but surely. And then came the biggest shift. The pain, the deep, stabbing nerve pain, began to truly disappear. Week after week, I felt like I was peeling off layers of suffering I had carried for months. I started sleeping through the night. I could walk longer distances without needing to sit down. I felt stable on my feet again, more confident, more alive. It was like someone gave me my life back, piece by piece. I never thought a supplement could make such a difference. But Alphacur did. For the first time in what felt like forever, I wasn't just managing my pain. I was finally free from it. Today, I'm doing things that once felt completely out of reach. I can drive again without my hands going numb. I can pick up my grandkids and hold them tight without fear of dropping them. I even started walking in the park again, something I had avoided for months because the pain was just too much. Alphacur didn't just take away the pain. It gave me my life back. It gave me freedom, confidence, peace of mind.